Microphone check. 1, 2. What is this? I think it's working. I'm recording.
Okay, great. Me too.
We're back. Arsenal's back. We're back.
Yeah, back on the road again.
One and the same. One in the same.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another District Gooner Pod. This is episode 30. I'm KP. My co-host, Steven, is on the road. Say hi to the people, bro.
Howdy. Dirty 30, huh?
Dirty 30, man. How about that?
It's been a nice Tuesday, right? Nice Tuesday afternoon, coming to evening. It's been a good vibe today.
Good vibe today. Yeah, obviously we're recording immediately post-match. Some of the reactions will be raw. And maybe just before we get into the men's game, I do have to give a shout out to EMILE Fox, dude.
Woof.
Player of the match against Liverpool at the weekend. 2-0 win for the Arsenal. The women are now sitting on even points with City. And they're just 3 points behind the league leaders, Chelsea. So, pretty exciting. And, dude, there's this, little comp, a highlight reel of EMILE going around.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put the link in the show notes, dude. If it's not in there, look it up. She is a baller, man.
Yeah, no, seriously, watch the highlights. It's clean performance. American outside back, she gives you exactly what you expect. She's pacey. She's flying by these girls, man. I was like, damn, she's fast. She was flying by. Obviously looked like she's good on the ball. Got some dribbling skills. Had some great balls. I think she got the assist on one. Yeah, she's a player.
She is a player. All right. The ladies will be playing West Ham on Sunday. It'll be a 7:30 a.m. game. So busy Sunday ahead, but let's not get ahead of our skis yet, man. Let's chat about Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. The game ended 2-1. My blood pressure was pretty up towards the end of that game, dude. How are you feeling, buddy?
I'm doing good. It's just, it's sad to be an Arsenal fan right now. And I don't mean that like we're playing good, we're getting results. But it's just sad because it seems like no matter how good you do, you got two dogs in front of you that just seems like you're just chasing them, right? We're just chasing and we're chasing and we're chasing. I mean, 2-0, even at 2-0, it was like, man, I'm looking on the socials. Nobody's happy. Nobody's happy. It's a 2-0 game. Second goal was brilliant. I mean, go back to 2-1. I hate to see that. That's old Arsenal, man. I hate that. We need to talk about that because there's something wrong for that to happen constantly. But, man, I take the 3 points. At the 2-0, I was happy with the performance personally. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. It's funny since, we're kind of away. I hope the sound is going to be okay for this episode. Earlier, you and I were texting and I was joking about the stuff with our sound. It always feels like it's one step forward, 2 steps backwards. And then the Arsenal show up and they kind of put in the same kind of performance, man. Yes.
It's just getting tough to talk about it because I think we all see something that I think everyone in agreement that it's not correct. It's slow. We're not direct enough. We're being too conservative. But maybe that's the game plan, right? On the other side of that sword, if you're going to be conservative, you have to hold that 2-0 lead. If you're going to be conservative, you're holding the ball, that's your game plan. You can't let them score at 2-0. That's ridiculous. So it's kind of the other side of the sword, I guess. Yes, happy to get the 3 points. Obviously, I don't think we've done well at Forest, right? They're talking about that in the commentary. We haven't had a win there in years. So finally got 3 points at Nottingham. Love it, but there's some stuff about the performance that I think needs to get worked out.
Yeah, so let's get into the performance. I mean, I think the biggest talking point pre-match was, and as the title of the episode says, bro, EMILE Smith-Rowe in the starting line. It was such a shock to me that I didn't realize Martinelli also started. And like after the match is when I was thinking, why did he start? Like Trossard did nothing wrong the last game that he played. Like I would have maybe just kept Trossard. So, but it was to that level of just, oh my gosh, Smith-Rowe, he's in there. The number 10 is on the pitch. And what was your reaction to the lineup? Because for me, the big thing that stood out was Jorginho, Trossard, and Kai Havertz. If you go back to the old days of just 3 subs, it was very clear those were going to be the top 3 subs coming off the bench.
I agree. Strong coming off the bench. Just those 2 guys alone. Havertz and Trossard, attacking wise, love that. But seeing Smith-Rowe, it does something to your heart, man. It really does. Seeing him in the starting 11, I mean, it does something to your heart. You get those little flutters, like, oh, he's back, our number 10. I think he had a great showing, man. This was a Smith-Rowe game. I don't want to jump into analysis or anything, but at halftime, I think we both agreed, like, this is a Smith-Rowe game. They're playing so deep. It's time for the Magic Man, the little wizard. It's his time to shine. So I'm really happy for him to get the start. Me
too. There was, of course, a former Arsenal player starting on the opposite end too, and it felt like one of those games for a little bit. I was just like, Matty might just squeeze out a clean sheet here today, man. Yeah, the old curse, huh? It had shades of that, but Matt Turner did what Matt Turner does at some point, so. He did, man. So we'll get to that. Second half for me was a lot better than the first half. Just watching the game. I mean, I'm looking at my notes here. The first 10 minutes, it was mostly Arsenal. It did feel like there were some new tactics. I noticed that Rice was playing a lot higher. He looked like he was taking more chances, especially in the first half. And Saliba was kind of back into dictating the switch of play, right around that circle. He kind of just hangs out right at the dot in the middle. So it was nice to see us going back out there. In the beginning, I did feel like Smith-Rowe had a little bit of a hard time kind of finding the ball. There was a couple of situations. It looked like he was taking up the same space as Jesus, like the same kind of passing lanes as Martinelli every now and then. So first 10 was a little shaky, but he did pick up his rhythm. Biggest thing that stood out to me in the beginning was Saka looks very fresh and fast. I feel like he hasn't been that fast, dude. It's just a game where I feel like he was good, man. He was good. He was blowing by that dude out there. The left back had a tough game. He was blowing by that dude repetitively. First half was just slow. It was a slow half. The Smith-Rowe thing, I think you're right on. It took him a while to get involved. What was interesting is Jesus swapped out left early to left wing, and he gave it a good run. Probably like 5, 6, 7 minutes. He stayed out left wing, and Martinelli was going through the middle. I kind of thought maybe that was something we'd see more frequently during the game. He ended up on right wing at one point, and Saka ended up in the middle, had a chance, right? I think Saka had a shot. So Martinelli and Saka got to have some interplay, which was nice. But Smith-Rowe, slow start. I like how I think he got himself involved on the ball and almost like demanded it a little bit. Like, I need the ball, grabbed it. It was on the right side of the field, then basically just ran cross field, horizontal run, but just get 3-4 touches on the ball. Like, okay, gets it off. And then, I think eventually you get confidence from your teammates, start hitting them the balls. He definitely has the Kai thing, right? So Kai is very conservative, playing the balls back, one touch, ball passes. Smith-Rowe has that, but I think there's just another dynamic to him that hopefully, if he keeps playing, we can see a little bit more from him. Yeah, I mean, in the first half, he had so how I would sum up the first half is almost moments. That's all the first half was, dude. It was filled with, almost. Like, there's a little 1-2, we got behind and the pass just didn't come up. The shot just got blocked. Almost. Smith-Rowe actually had a nice shot from outside the box that kind of just fell to him. Nelly and Saka. I don't know. It just felt like a big almost kind of first half. So I wasn't loving that. I will have to give a shout out in the first half. One of the big things I noticed was Declan Rice still taking the corners, even though Martinelli was on. So I was very happy with that. He hit a couple of them, maybe too long, but I'm fully backing him to take more corners, dude.
The balls were better, right? Didn't have any great attempts, I think, today on corners. We didn't have any great chances, huh? But the balls are getting in past the first man, which is all that really matters, in my opinion. If the ball's there, then the chance is there. It's just nothing was really falling for us. If he's the one going to be putting in the best ball, hell yeah, put him on the corner. That's our thing. That's our thing this year.
Yeah, I'm going to put you on the spot here, though, man, because I noticed this as well. There was a period of time where they pull up the stat, and it was like the last 10 minutes, it's been Arsenal 95% possession, and Forest had just 5%. And I see in the doc that you wrote, not much to show for all the possession. This is who we are now. Do you want to elaborate on this a little bit?
Yeah, and this is going back to what I said earlier. With all of the being conservativeness, I think we just see these issues that seem to perpetually be there, and I don't know why things haven't changed. I wasn't happy, personally, with the first half performance, man. I just wasn't. Yeah, we keep the ball from them. Great, but it's Forest. I want to be attacking them. I just want to be going at them, not just kind of keeping the ball away from them. You know, they're not getting out of position. You see how deep they got? I mean, they're defending in their own box. Where are the spaces that we're going to open up? I just don't see it. So we're keeping the ball. Oh, they're not touching the ball. And from Force's perspective, I think that's part of the game plan. Like, all right, fantastic. The reason they made that sub at halftime, right? They gave it a go in the second half, but the first half, they were like, go ahead, keep the ball. We don't care. You're not going to do anything with it. So it was just kind of disappointing. I want to see things getting unlocked. Who's picking the locks out there? And nothing's happening.
Yeah, nothing's, well, so as I was watching the game, I did notice, again, going back to it, I think our listeners should be paying more attention to this. A lot of our possession was right at the corner of the 18 and like 10 yards out. The spaces where we keep possession are just too deep.
Yes.
Our center backs are too high. We got to play in the middle of the pitch a little bit more, dude, so then we can run into that space. And there's something you wrote here that I want to hit on. You said that losing the ball feels like is the worst thing in the world to our players. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's a little bit scared of losing the ball. That's just how I feel. It's too conservative. Like you see someone make a darting run. Odegaard makes a run or Saka makes a run, and then they throw their hands up like, damn. It's like, no, let's swing it back. Zinchenko, let me stand on the ball here. I'm just gonna stand on it. It's like, I mean, that's cool. Like, it looks cool, right? Like, you're just toying with these guys, but at a 0-0, it means nothing to me. So, yeah.
Dude, there was...
Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, dude, I wasn't happy with Zinchenko a couple of times. He literally brought the game to a standstill. Like, every player on our team stood, and every player on their team stood, dude. It's just like, Zay, man. I don't know. He did have a good game. Well, he had a good half. He had a good 80 minutes. He stayed on the pitch a little too long for my taste. Going back to some of the managerial issues that we have, today was another showing for it of attacking substitutions when it's 2-0 and we have this sick deer out on the left.
Hey, it is funny that he had the sub ready to go and Reece Nelson was going to come on too. And he said, all right, you sit down. Jorginho, you're wrong. Yeah. I thought that was kind of funny.
It was, dude. I mean, it made me change what I had written in the doc, man. I was looking ahead too much. So let's talk about halftime, though. So you said you weren't too happy with the first half. For me, it was too slow, but I felt like run it back. I didn't feel like there was a need for any changes. I believed in the players, and I thought at least until the 60 we run this back.
Yeah, I'm with you. So possession wise, we're dominating this team, right? We're absolutely dominating. So I'm not trying to say we're not playing well and the game plan isn't working. I think I just want to see more chances.
More clear chances, dude. Again, we didn't have clear chances.
Yeah. I just find that to be an issue when you watch other teams. It's like they're getting chances, clear chances, and I'm all for dominating, but let's try to get the ball in the back of the net, show more urgency to do that. I mean, we're a counter-pressing team. If we lose the ball, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I just don't. But when you're playing halfway into the other, into your opposition's half, as we saw in the second half, maybe those counters do hurt you because we're so deep into their box. So yeah, at halftime, I'm thinking we're still going to win, but I just want to see more from us.
Yeah, I also, I agree with you that we almost expose ourselves too much to the counter. That's a very good point. And it was evident in the second half. The second half started out strong, dude. They came out swinging. We came out swinging. There were a lot of counters happening. I mean, I think in the second half, Forest already had more attacks within the first 5 minutes than they had like all of the first half. So, it was a little worrying, especially because their fans were starting to pick up. I felt like the stadium was rocking today, dude.
Dude, they were buzzing. I want to shout out Forest. I honestly think their game plan worked. It didn't work because they didn't win the game, but you saw they had a game plan that had potential to work for them. Their fans were obviously up for it, so like respect to Forest for that. But Nuno, we're gonna sit the first half. Second half, what's his name? Awanyi, you're in, dude. You're in. Run it. And then maybe you should have put on Alonga sooner. Put him on sooner. I think he probably could have done something or get some pace on. But like Morgan Gibbs-White first half, didn't have any sniffs. Second half, he got into it. But so I want to shout out Forrest. I know you put that in. They were rocking, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, like, this is a fair podcast. This is a footballing pod, dude. I've been saying it since day one, bro. If I see something, I'm gonna call it out. They were totally up for it. The one thing I just did not understand was the boos for Saka.
Dude, I don't understand that.
Once again, dude, what was it all about, man? That was a foul, by the way. When he stayed down, the referee should have called that as a foul. He got cleats up. Of course, he's gonna stay down, dude. We have to stop the game.
Yeah, I don't get it. Scored the goal. I kind of wish he shushed him.
Yeah,
I'm done with the BS.
It's fun in his pre-match, actually, because pre-match, when they show the squad graphics. He has a shushing one.
There you go.
So
let him know.
Let them know, dude. All right. Well, since we're talking goals, Saka scored a second goal today, but let's touch on the first goal. So Gabby Jesus, I think his performance today was a little polarizing.
Oof. If he didn't score a goal, I think people would be up and having issues with him. But he comes back with a goal and assist. Shout out. But up until that point, me personally, he had just missed 2 chances. And then he had, did he have a huge giveaway? I can't remember. He had 3 items just back to back to back. It's like, damn, Jesus. I wouldn't be surprised if your name gets called. Your number comes up on the board.
Yeah, dude. I mean, so in the first half, he got a yellow card for dissent in the 40th minute, which was crazy. I lost my cool on that one a little bit watching it. This referee, by the way, blew the whistle on a corner right at halftime as we had momentum that entire last 3 minutes. But hey, let's put all that aside. Still won. But anyways, Gabby gets a yellow 40th minute, so I was a little worried about that already. He had a great chance on a beautiful build-up, dude. 4 yards out. He took an extra touch. He just carries it for too long, dude. He should have shot it earlier. Hits the post. Ruins the build-up. And then like a minute after that is when he got another chance. I think it was like on a corner or something when he flicked the ball up. It was saucy, dude. It's just that as soon as he was going to make contact with it, I was like, oh, he's skying this, bro. Like he's not putting this on target, big man. Who are you kidding, bro?
He put that in the second tier, and then he was offside. That's what happened. He had a stupid ass offside, and then he looks at the ref and he's like, he's shaking his finger at him. It's like, everybody knows you're offside, dude. What are you talking about?
The shake of the hands, dude. Like when it's a clear 1 yard, like he clearly overran the defender and then checked back in. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
Come on, Gabby.
Yeah. So funny.
He did score a nice goal, though, huh? He snuck it right between Maddie's legs.
Yeah. Quick throw. I mean, I think Zinchenko threw it in. So you got to give, I think, him the credit. A lot of the credit, because the finish, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Matt, it's on the keeper, right? I mean, from the first chance he got when he tried to smash it top shelf, right? That would have been a great finish. I'd have been like, damn, woo-wee, because off that move. But yeah, I mean, I respect Jesus. After all of those things, you come back and you put one between the keeper's legs. I'll take it.
Yeah, was that the second shot on target that we scored?
I think the commentator said that. We ended up with 3 in the entire game. 2 of them being goals.
So I guess we just got to get more shots on target, guys.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Don't be crazy now.
Yeah, I'm talking crazy, dude. So 70th minute, we see some subs. Just one sub from Arsenal. King Kai comes on for Smith Rowe. 70 minutes from Smith Rowe. I think fair play, dude.
Yeah. I wasn't surprised at all that he came off. I thought 60 minutes was going to be the mark for him today. There was a time around the 60, I think it was like the 63rd, 64th, I saw him kind of grabbing at his legs a little bit. I was like, uh-oh, don't say it ain't so, but maybe he was just tired, he's cramping up or something. But great. I respected his showing today. Left a little to be desired, I think, defensively.
Yes,
right?
Wow, that's a very nice way of putting it, dude.
Yeah, just a little bit. I want a little bit more. But in a game like this, the reason why he's a great option for us, because we're attacking this game. We don't need the defensive presence. So I like it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised. I have no problem seeing a little bit more of this, dude. I think Kai Havertz coming on in the 70th minute in the second half of the season, as we're getting into some, games against people who are fighting for relegation, for survival, games where it's just going to be a little bit more packed in, especially if we're down, for example, and we're chasing a game against some of those. I really like that option off the bench because there's no way Eddie's heading one in, bro. But Kai is.
Yeah. It's still going forward though. Let's say this is our lineup in another game. Got Smith Rowe at left 8. Jesus up top. Who's your sub for Smith Rowe then if you're putting Kai up top for Jesus? Who then plays your left 8?
Oh well, I'm counting on Thomas Partey, bro. I'm counting on pivots. I'm counting on Rice and Partey, or I'm counting on Jorginho and Rice, because I'm thinking if it's a game to see out, I want to see Jorginho on a little sooner than when he came on today, and that kind of allows Kai to go up, and 2 pivots. It just feels like a much nicer protection to see a game out.
That my choice would have been Jorginho. I didn't even think about Partey, so that's a great shout. I hope he's back. But Jorginho, because I would prefer to see Kai go up top. Especially to see out a game like that. We went long, right? At the end of the game, we just started going long. They equalized. They got their one back, so they couldn't equalize. We started just going long. We were actually winning balls up top, which was nice.
Yeah. Let's talk about our second goal before we get to their goal. So Kai comes on.
Who scored?
Yeah, he found his shooting boots, dude. I guess they were on his right foot today, and it was nice, man. He picked out the corner. It was a very nice hit, but the key to it is a transition, right?
There was space to be had. There was space to eat up, and we took it.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of times we had those transitions, and I just think in transition, when the ball goes to Odegaard, I'm very confident. When he gives it to Saka, I'm very confident. Like, at pace when we're running, that feels good, dude. Just watching it, it feels good. I don't get the same feeling necessarily on the left side. So.
Understood. But I think Jesus, you have to give him credit. It's a good ball, man. That was a good ball. I think there was a dummy involved.
Oh, yeah?
Was there a dummy?
Who,
right?
Who,
I think
who dummied it, bro?
Who was it? I don't know. I thought I saw a dummy on the dock. Say his name.
King Kai, dude. King Kai, dude.
So, shout out to the ball that he put in. Again, I think he had some down moments today, Jesus, but I think he redeemed himself a little bit.
He did. And then the fans, and then I started hearing it, Arsenal fans. I feel like we were a little quiet in the second half, especially. It was all for us until we started to get some of these goals. And then we started singing, and we weren't holding anything back, bro. They were singing, "You're going down, big man. You're not so good out here today, big man." So that was fun. I like it when we come out like that a little bit. We saw a little bit more subs, right? Eddie came on for Eddie and Leo came on for Jesus and Nelly. 78th minute. This is where I have an issue. I have a huge issue with this decision, dude. We're winning 2-0. It's an away game. Why are those two the subs?
Interesting. So you're saying you would have preferred Jorginho and Kiwior? Or just at least one of them at that point? Put on one defensive sub.
At least one of them, dude.
Yeah.
I wanted to see at least one of them. And I don't know. Hey, maybe the sub is Jorginho and Eddie. Maybe the sub is Jorginho and Leo. It's just two substitutions like that in a game like this. I don't know, man. These are some of the little things. Like, what are you doing, AirPods?
I will say, I think Trossard had for the 10 minutes, 15 minutes he got, I thought he played really well for us. He kept possession for us a couple times. He had that banger of a shot. I thought that was going in, dude. He had that banger of a shot, but he kept possession. Eddie, I don't know. I mean, there's not really much more to say on Eddie, is there?
No,
you know what it is.
No, I don't want to talk too much about him because it's one of those situations where it's like you don't have anything nice to say, you know. So,
but going back to what you just said, get Jorginho on. Kai's already on. Throw him up top. We could still sub Jesus. I just think that's the move, man. I think that's the move. You get your two midfielders, like you're saying. You get Rice, and you have Jorginho there. Solid. Lock it up. And then you get Kai up top. Any long balls coming in, that's his. To me, that's the move. But if you got to get Eddie minutes, you got to get Eddie minutes. I get it. To a certain point.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, Steven, the thing is that 6 minutes after those subs, we had two other subs warming up, and it was going to be Reece Nelson and Kiwi.
Yes, it was.
So it was, again, like another attacking substitution. And it's like, it's too late now to bring Reece on to give Saka a rest. What are we resting him for now, dude? Like,
yeah. Man, we've been talking this. This is what we talk. This is something consistent that we see. It's like, what are we doing? Come on. I think that's the issue, is that it's consistent. There's no change to it. There's no change to our rhyme. There's no change to our reason. 2-1 games. How many times have we seen ourselves in this situation? Come on. Do something else. Do something else.
Yeah, and I don't want to get the feeling that, like, I'm speaking from hindsight, because, like, they scored, and their goal came in, the 88th minute. Like, Zinchenko keeps the guy on.
In a spin cycle.
Yeah.
He got put in a spin cycle again. That ball he is not good at defending that ball, man. That diagonal, woof.
Yeah, I mean, look, maybe it's a situation where if we have a Tommy and he's not away at the Asian Cup, you know, maybe it's a situation where we see him in the 60th minute. Maybe he has more trust in him, right? But no, I really think he got the subs wrong. I think he got the subs wrong in the 78th minute. Those 2 attacking subs, I'm not letting that go, dude. I'm not letting that go.
I'm not as hard on it. So talking even before this, their goal. They get a goal. Let's just say what it is. They get the goal. Big ball over Zinchenko in a spin cycle. Awoniyi, I respect that dude. He absolutely bodied Saliba there, bro. Absolutely bodied him and slotted it. Like that was a good goal. It is what it is. Was hoping Ryan could make that one big save, but it didn't happen.
He did have a save at the end. There was a corner that they had that, first of all, Gibbs White had the shot. It was like the 92nd minute or 94th minute. The volley. I thought that was going in, bro. When he hit that on the ground, driven like that, I think Big Gabby blocked it, dude. I don't know if it gets saved if it goes through, but he did make a save in the 94th minute, I think. But also, we weren't really going to the corner. I think you are right. Leo did win the game, it felt like, at the end. The last 5 minutes, he did win the game right there. Like, oh, I have the touch, guys. It's okay.
Yeah. It was like 2 or 3 times when he either brought it ball down and put it where it needed to go, or he brought the ball down and he dribbled up the field by himself and took on 2-3 defenders. Like, nah, let's get up the field and not just smash the ball away.
Yeah. All right. Well, any other thoughts on the game? Maybe do you have like a man of the match? I don't know who the broadcast gave it out to.
I don't either. I was going to ask you who your man of the match was.
It's kind of hard. Let me think about it a bit.
Yeah. Isn't this bad? It's like we won the game, but it's just like we're just desperate for a performance. That's how it feels to me. Like I'm just desperate for an Arsenal performance, just that vintage stuff, and I'm not getting it. If Jace, who said put in that goal off the post, that's vintage Arsenal. That's what we love. That's why we're fans. But here we are, 2-1 win, and we're like, it feels like we're complaining about stuff. No, it's 3 points in the bag. It was a tough away game. We're still up on the table, but the vibes just don't seem perfect.
Yeah, we're in a little bit of a vibe session, bro, and it's okay. I think the expectations have just really risen, and now we're not
I think you're wrong with that. I think our expectations are so high. We came into the season wanting to win the league. And I think it's kind of slowly becoming like, if we're going to play like this, we're a top 4 team in my opinion. We're top 4, but winning the league, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't think if this continues the way it is.
Yeah, because
that's where I stand.
No, because like man of the match, it's Jesus. You know, he had a goal, he had an assist, but I don't feel like I got a man of the match performance. I don't feel it, dude. And I trust my gut. I'm a big gut guy. So I don't know, man. I'm just not getting it.
Hey, and the other side of the sword, I can already see myself thinking this tomorrow after I've slept on it. It's like, well, this is what a champion could do. You go to a hard away game. You gotta claw on a Tuesday night and claw your way through it. Yeah, you had it set at 2-0, easy peasy. And they clawed back a little bit, but that's what you got to do sometimes. So after I sleep on it, I'm sure my perspective will change a little bit.
That's fair, and they do have to claw back. What are they sitting like 16? So they're really fighting. So
they are.
Which, by the way, let's maybe talk about. There were a lot of other games today, and there were some fun results. I think some of these results really do prove that. Look, guys, it's so early, mate. Like it's still so early. We're sitting second, by the way, after this. And Liverpool have a game in hand. Manchester City have 2 games in hand. But we're 3 points clear of Aston Villa because they lost today to Newcastle 3-1 at home. So, and there's still a huge game coming up at the weekend. But this is why I say anything can happen, bro. Luton beat Brighton 4-0. I rate Brighton. I rate the Zerbi, bro.
Yes. Yeah. Luton's out of the bottom 3. They're out.
I think this might be the only pod that said Hey, Luton look like survivors, bro. Could still be too early.
I'm a survivor.
Could still be too early, but I did see Sambi Lakonga had an assist for Luton. He got the second goals assist, and it was a pretty nice pass. And he looks like he's playing the sort of left-sided six or kind of player, and kind of reminded me like Sambi's just on loan, right?
Mm-hmm. He is.
I can see Sambi getting a shot next year after this loan spell, maybe just before the summer window ends, to see if he can fight for his spot. I can see him getting into the midfield, dude. But hey, maybe it's too early.
I think that's a good shout. Squad wise, got Mo Nenny, he's out, and then you got Jorginho. He's aging. He's almost out too. So who's gonna fill the boots? Zombie could, right? I don't have any feelings of positivity or negativity towards Zombie. I haven't seen enough. So
I really got a vibe from him in the documentary, but he was still very young. And in the documentary, it's just like soft, dude. I don't know. Just soft, bro. But we'll see. I don't want to... Crystal Palace game was pretty good. They were losing. Oh, it was 3-2 game. 5 goal game is fun, dude.
That's good. That's good for them, though. So, they're approaching the bottom. And Sheffield's a team at the bottom. So, shout out Roy. Do your thing, baby.
Shout out Roy, dude. All right. I think that's it for results, unless you want to chat about any of them.
No, you don't need to. I think the next big thing is Sunday. What do we have coming for Sunday?
So, for Sunday, we play Liverpool. Maybe we'll have a preview pod coming out sort of Friday for everyone who's listening, and we'll take a look to Liverpool. There's obviously a couple of storylines surrounding them, and we'll see. By then they would have played this one game that they have in hand, so we'll have more to talk about, and we'll also just take a look ahead to February in general and talk about the run-in. So that's all fun. I do have a social post, though, if we want to hit on it.
Let's hit it.
Got a social post from Dark Green Rabbit, who, given that Smith Rowe played today, I just found this fitting. He said, "How do players become more resilient to injuries?" They write here that it's already a tedious day in the office. I've been reading a lot about our lineup, and given the injured reserve list for the Arsenal, what actual physical work can players do or undergo to become less injury prone? Can you really do anything?
I mean, if you're a muscular type guy, I think there are. Don't quote me on this because I'm not a doctor. I don't do PT, but I think a lot of it comes from a young man, a young woman growing up into their body, and you're already putting stresses on it when you're not fully developed, right? So hitting growth spurts, your muscles are at a certain length, at a certain strength. You grow, but you're still continuing to play 100 miles an hour all the time, constantly. And it's just, your body just can't hold up to it. Smith Rowe, I think, is a good example of that. I don't know how he can overcome it other than getting surgery, right? Become more flexible.
Yeah. No, that's fair, dude. And the only way I look at it, that's maybe it can be a little bit cynical, but my friend always says that it's the same injury. The injury itself. So let's say someone tears their ACL. Everyone tears their ACL. It's just that a few players will recover from that and return to their top level or even be able to surpass that, but most people don't. So his point is that just the injury is the same. A lot of it does really depend on the player and how much they take their rehab seriously, how much they take care of their own body, what are the sort of things they do. Call it invisible training is what Arsene talks about in his book. So a lot of it does come down to that and like their habits off the pitch that can really help with some of it. But some of it is just bad luck, dude. Because like
some of it's bad luck.
Some of it is because today was it was the exact match week from game week 1. The matchups, at least. It was just the home and aways were switched. And sometimes you just have bad luck, man.
Bad luck, and sometimes you got good genes. I think that also plays into it. Sometimes you just got good genes. Like talking about someone developing into their body. Some people are just born mammoths, you know? Like they grow early, they grow into their body. And that's like Timber seems just like he's built like somebody that this injury, he looks like someone that's going to come back fine. Personally, that's just how he seems. So we'll see. We'll see when he comes back on the field. I hope the best for him. But, yeah, have good genes, everybody.
Yeah, and if you don't, at least get yourself a blue pair. So we'll see, man. Cool. Well, let's end on that. Thanks so much, everyone, for spending time with us. You're probably listening to this on a Wednesday, so enjoy your hump day. And if you like the podcast, make sure you rate or leave a review. Also, hey, you can get in touch with us. So if you want to write into the pod, if you have a question, if you have any thoughts that you want to share that you think we should read out on the pod, email us at districtgooner@gmail.com. And we'll be sure to give you a shout out and bring it up on the pod. Oh, and don't forget to share it on social. That's the best way for others to find out about us. Enjoy your night, dude.
You too. Be easy.